Jai Hind everyone, I am Cadet Mishika Goyal and today we will be studying about the Armed Forces and Navy Capsule. So what are the Armed Forces? The Armed Forces consists of the Indian Army, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. They serve under the President of India, who is actually the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. Everyone has to remember that he is the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. Now, what is the Indian Army? Indian Army is the third largest army in the world. Such a large army needs to be managed efficiently, just not during the times of war, but also during the times of peace. Army is organized in combat arms, which does the fighting, combat, support arms and services. Alright, so what did we learn? We will recapitulate that what are the armed forces? It constitutes the Indian Army, Air Force and the Navy. Now, whom do they serve under? The President of India. And who is the President of India in context to military? He is the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. Now, what do we study about the Indian Army? Indian Army is the third largest army and the army is organized in combat arms, which does the fighting, combat support arms and services. Alright, now moving on. Organization of the Indian Army. Now, how is our Indian Army organized? Alright, so first is COAS. Who is COAS? He is the Chief of Army Staff. He comes on the top of the tier in the organization of the Indian Army. Then who is next? VCOAS. Who is the VCOAS? He is Vice Chief of Army Staff. Then comes the DCOAS. He is the Deputy Chief of Army Staff. Then the DCOAS again. P&S, Deputy Chief of Army Staff again. Then comes the AG. He is the Adjutant General. Then comes the MS. He is the Military Secretary. Then comes the QMG. He is the Quartermaster General. Then MGO, Master General Ordnance. Then comes the ENC, Engineer-in-Chief. Now the organization of the Indian Army is highly important and everyone needs to know the full form of all these terms. And also remember the hierarchy in which they fall. Now next, Army Commands. Now we will learn where are the Army Commands present. So first is the Northern Command. The Northern Command is present in Udhampur. Now comes the Western Command. Western Command, we all live in Chandigarh. We know that the Western Command is in Chandigarh. If you go towards Sector 6 Panchkula, you will see a Western Command hospital. So everyone is requested to be mindful regarding their surroundings so that they know actually what is happening in the world. Now the Central Command. Central Command lies in Lucknow. That is in Uttar Pradesh. Now the Eastern Command. Eastern Command lies in Kolkata, which is the capital of West Bengal. Now Southern Command. Southern Command, where is it? It's in Pune. Now comes the Southwestern Command. Southwestern Command lies in Jaipur, which is the capital of Rajasthan. Now the Army Training Command. Army Training Command lies in Shimla. Alright, the hill station of Shimla. Now, branches of the Indian Navy are as follows. First, the arms. What do the arms constitute? They constitute the armed corps, infantry, various regiments, mechanized infantry. Now, how do we learn this? We can learn this through a short form. AIM. Alright. Now, what does AIM stand for? Armed Corps, Infantry and Mechanized Infantry. What are these? These are basically the arms. Moving on. Supporting arms. Supporting arms consist of artillery, army, air defense, army aviation, engineers and corps of signals. Now all of these things are very theoretical. Everyone is requested to learn all of this. Now comes the services. What services are provided in the armed forces? It constitutes the Army Supply Corps, the Army Ordnance Corps, Corps of EME, Remount and Veterinary Corps, Army Education Corps, Corps of Military Police, Army Medical Corps, Army Dental Corps, Pioneer Corps, Army Postal Services, Territorial Army, Defense, Security Corps. Alright, is everyone clear with all of this?